There have been rumors that Davante Adams wants to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Steelers want Davante Adams, but either way, Davante Adams wants out of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Davante Adams is 31 years old. He's still an elite receiver in the NFL, but the Raiders said they're willing to give up willing to trade him for a second-round pick and a little bit extra in the end. But in the end, I think Davante Adams will probably go for a second, maybe an additional fifth. Either way here, it won't go through unless I force it through. So how you force a trade is simply change a player's position to a punter. Then you go to punter, Davante Adams. Then I'm going to give up a second and then a sixth-round pick for Davante Adams. I think that'll be fair for us. So let's give up a second-round pick. And I guess we don't have a sixth-round pick, so I'll do a second and a fifth for punter Davante Adams, and he will be on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm going to have Davante Adams wear number 1 for us. I think that looks pretty cool. But now we have Davante Adams on the Pittsburgh Steelers. You love to see it here. His stats are great, but again, that regression will hit hard in Madden. So about after 2 or 3 seasons, this will hit up. But for the rest of Steelers lineup, this is what we got going here. I am a Baltimore Ravens fan, and as a Ravens fan, I'm not even here to hate. This is a really nice team, especially with Davante Adams. You need a little bit more help on offense, but the defense is what really carries this team. Everyone knows that TJ Watt should have won Defensive Player of the Year. Minka Fitzpatrick is a baller. Cam Hayward. I usually do 4-3 schemes, but this team perfectly fits a 3-4 scheme, so I am going to leave it this way. Yes, a Ravens fan is glazing the Steelers. I don't care. I'm just going to be real with you. With Davante Adams, this team does look menacing. Justin Fields has looked a lot better. In the past, I always criticized him for his accuracy. He has looked a lot better with this Pittsburgh Steelers team. The offensive line, still in question here. You still have really young guys in Troy Fautanu, Broderick Jones. James Daniels, I believe, is about 27. You still got Pat Freiermuth, George Pickens. Roman Wilson is going to be the 3 for us. Najee Harris is back down to star development. I guess EA took away his superstar development. But Justin Fields, in Madden, he typically doesn't perform well. We'll see how he performs in real life. We'll see if he's the long-term guy. He's still performing at a higher level, I would say, than before. Not as astonishingly well, but still pretty good, especially against the Colts last week. I believe he had 3 touchdowns. He did really well there. So Najee Harris, we're going to start him in all roles. And I'm going to put Roman Wilson in the slot. Got Alex Highsmith, and then you have Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Peyton Wilson. I was about to say Paxton. You got Patrick Queen as well. Everything else looks pretty good there. So Peyton Wilson will remain the 3. Really like this team. It depends if Justin Fields can perform in Madden simulation. In real life, I think the Steelers will definitely get a playoff spot here. I don't know about taking the division. It's up to the Bengals to actually perform. But either way, let's see how Justin Fields does with Davante Adams, George Pickens, Roman Wilson, a newer offensive line with Zach Frazier as well. I can't believe I forgot about him. And Pat Freiermuth, 85 overall team. Let's move in to the midseason mark. And before I forget, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. I would appreciate that. At the midseason mark, we are 3-4 while the Giants are 6-1. There is no way that's happening. Our offensive points per game is 16th in the league. Our defensive points per game, where can I see my defense? Am I just blind? I see opponents' passing yards. Wow, we're 27th for passing yards, but our rushing defense looks pretty good. Only 3 sacks so far for TJ Watt. I expected more, but either way, we are 3rd in the division behind the Ravens and the Bengals. Scouting national focus, I think I'm going to do defensive back here to pair someone else with Joey Porter. And for the players of it to negotiate, Justin Fields, I want to see how he does by the end of the season. We will only have 11 million left if I did pay him now, but I want to see how he performs. Najee Harris, I do want back. I'll do a 5-year deal, $7 million a year. He resigns on that. And then Jalen Warren, I know it's a 1-2 punch, and dang, just paying 2 running backs combined $12 million really sucks. But I'm not going to break up this duo, and never mind, Jalen Warren wants to break up the duo, so I would resign Jalen Warren. He just doesn't want to be here. We'll see how he changes his mind by the end of the year. James Daniels I do want back, though. 4-year deal. He resigns with the team. And then Dante Jackson, Van Jefferson. When is Davante Adams' contract up? I don't want Russ back. Ben Skoranek, I forgot he was on this team. DeMonte KZ, all these other guys. The only guys I'm interested in is kind of Jalen Warren. I still need money. Dante Jackson, he's about to turn 29. He's just going to regress. Kind of want Justin Fields, kind of want Jalen Warren. We'll see how that works. I need to check on Davante Adams' contract. And his contract, my God, $35 million in 25 and 26. That is quite ridiculous, but still, he's one of the top performers in the league. At least I won't have to worry about re-signing him. So for now, let's move into the playoffs. And we don't make the playoffs, going 5-12. This is why I do 3-4 defenses. I can almost guarantee you the defense was the problem. Coming off a loss to the Chiefs and the Bengals, we have to run a gauntlet for our schedule here. Justin Fields sucks, dude. 15th best offense in the NFL. Defensively, 16th. I mean, oh my gosh, like 26 touchdowns to 27 interceptions, 82 pass rating. This is bad. Even though you want him to succeed in real life, Madden is a different story. This is atrocious right here. Not good at all. Offensively, 15th, as I said before. And then what did I say for defense? 20th. Again, this is always why it's 16th. It still should be easily top 5, top 3 in the NFL. But, you know, EA Sports. And then rushing-wise, Najee, 13 touchdowns, Justin Fields, 5. Yeah, Jalen Warren didn't even do anything. There's no point in re-signing him because in Madden, it is different. I'm not going to pay someone $5 million a year to have 13 rushing attempts. And then Davante Adams, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. George Pickens, 13 touchdowns, 900 yards. Pat Freiermuth, 850 yards, 4 touchdowns. Roman Wilson, 3 touchdowns, 828 yards. Defensively, Patrick Queen, 129 tackles for a loss, 16 for Cam Hayward. Sacks, only 8.5 for Highsmith, 7 for Cam Hayward, 6.5 for TJ Watt. Come on, man. Come on. This is why 3-4 playbooks suck in Madden. Interceptions, 6 for Joey Porter is great. 4 for Patrick Queen. Deflections on the team, 8 for Patrick Queen. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. In the AFC North, Russell Wilson, Josh Johnson, Brent Urban, Jordan Akins, and Rodney McLeod all retire. And wow, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Literally every Madden simulation. Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl MVP. Ooh, Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Steelers. For the team upgrades, offensively, we look exactly the same. Fatanu and Fraser both have a star development along with Roman Wilson. Defensively, what do we have? Minka goes to Superstar X Factor. Joey Porter goes to Superstar Development. Looks nice for the team. Let's see what we have for the re-signings. For the re-signings, Justin Fields, God no. How much does he even want? Yeah, I'm not paying you $35 million a year to throw 27 interceptions. Jalen Warren, he can walk. I'm not gonna pay someone, $6 million, $5 million a year to give 13 attempts. I'm good. Dante Jackson, no. All these other guys don't care about. I only have $13 million left in my budget, and I'm probably gonna have to re-sign some players. So honestly, I'm just gonna skip out on free agency. And we have pick number 8 in the draft. Really? The Panthers won't pick QB. The Seahawks probably will. Who are the QBs? I guess I should have scouted QB. There's a field general and Mark Hanks that looks really good. Honestly, I'll just take whatever falls off the board. I'm not even interested in moving up. And the first QB goes off the board to the Seahawks, Jeff Barber. That wasn't the Hanks guy, right? Yeah, of course it wasn't the Hanks guy, but the Hanks guy already looks good because he has an A awareness, which is what I like to see. Now, the Titans may actually go with a QB here. I know the Jaguars won't. But let's see what the Titans do. We'll probably, no, they go with wide receiver. We lucked out. The Jaguars have superstar development, Trevor Lawrence, so they're going to go defensive back here. Now, I'm probably going to pick up Mark Hanks here, 6'3", 230 here, and he has A, awareness, as we saw before. His spin move sucks, not athletic QB. That's fine. We've dealt with Big Ben before. His accuracies look solid. He doesn't need to be throwing on the run. Great throw power, not really athletic again, but still not a bad choice there. And we have another guy, Dennis Snyder here out of Boise State, 6'1", 209 on the opposite side of the spectrum, except he's actually athletically worse and his throw power is worse and he's shorter and he's not as accurate. That guy looks terrible. And finally, the other first round QB, Zach Carey here out of Arizona State, 5'11", 233. Athletically, all right. Good throw power, B awareness, accuracies. Throw on the run is better. Throw under pressure looks better as well. But he isn't as good as Hanks because Hanks does have A awareness, and we've already seen that. So Mark Hanks, field general out of Wyoming. We got the next Josh Allen, a little bit shorter, not as heavy, of course. A awareness, accuracies are across the board. You love to see it. Let's see what he has. Hopefully hidden development, B+ pick, hidden development, 93 throw power, 78 speed, 79 acceleration. Really not that bad. He's going to start out as a high overall because of his A awareness. Hopefully he is the franchise QB for the Steelers ever since, Big Ben in his prime. And then, of course, we don't get a second round pick because of Davante Adams. Ooh, who is this? A day 3 round 1 to 2 talent is actually crazy. That's, oh my gosh, I can't believe I can see all this. Is there any other specials here? I mean, there's day 3 for post-UDFA. I mean, I'll take around 1 to 2 talent in the 3rd round. It's supposed to be a day 3 guy. Kendrick still 6'4", 209, A man coverage, A press. Really good. How is this guy all the way in the 3rd round? I'll take him. B- pick, normal development. Thank you, EA. And then the other guy, day 3 here, Eric Kinney out of South Carolina, 6'3", 189. A lot more lanky here. Marginal speed, but still, he has A tackle, B kick return, A catching. Sure, we're going to take him. 1st to 2nd round pick. B- pick, normal development. And in the 1st round, only a 72 overall for Mark Hanks. I thought the A awareness would make him a lot better, but these 2 1st to 2nd round prospects, 73 overalls, but no development. I stopped drafting after that. We had a lot of 7th round picks. And now I'm going to be signing the red rifle for his mentor tag. And this is the team going into year number 2 with Davante Adams. Not really much has changed other than the 2nd string back, of course, with just Cordero Patterson now, who was already on rotation in real life. But we got a new franchise guy here who has a lot of talent, young offensive line around him. You love to see it, and a great defense to back him up here. I'm going to rock out with the 3-4 defense once again, but if it doesn't work back-to-back years, then I will change to a 4-3, see how Watt plays and Alex Highsmith plays at defensive end instead. Really frustrating, but we'll see how we do at the midseason mark. And we are 2-4, bottom of the division, EA Sports. And I can guarantee you the defense is what the problem is. Offense, never mind. 31st in the NFL, not very good from our new quarterback. And then 3rd defense, so never mind. I guess I'm just completely wrong. Scouting national focus, I'm just going to keep it at corner. And for the players ready to negotiate, TJ Watt here, absolutely I want him back. I'll do a 4-year contract. I don't care how old he is. He resigns on that. George Pickens, I want him back. This is exactly why I needed to save money. 4-year deal, $20 million a year. He resigns on that. Cole Holcomb, I'm fine with him in real life, but like in Madden, I have Peyton Wilson. I don't need him. Calvin Austin, I don't want. Deshaun Elliott, I don't want. Larry Ogunjobi is too old. All these other extras, not really interested in. All these other guys. I mean, Andy Dalton, actually, I'll do a 2-year contract if he decides not to retire. Madden simulation, which rarely ever happens. Broderick Jones, I'll probably accept that option. But for right now, let's just move into the playoffs. And here we're on the playoffs as we go 6-11. Improvement, guys. Improvement. EA Sports, your favorite video game ever. I mean, it's better than Justin Fields. 26th best offense, 27th defense. EA Sports, we went from top 3 to 27th. I'm switching to a 4-3. At least he didn't throw 27 interceptions. I mean, it's better than Justin Fields, I guess. But Mark Hanks, not crazy rookie year. No fumbles for Najee. 17 touchdowns, 4.6 per carry, 1,000 yards. Davante Adams, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. That's great. Roman Wilson, 2 touchdowns, 800 yards. George Pickens, I just paid you $20 million a year, and you give me a subpar season? Like, come on, dude. Patrick Queen, 107 tackles for a loss, 15 for Alex Highsmith, 14 for Cam Hayward, 9 for TJ Watt. Sacks, 9.5 for Cam Hayward, 6.5 for TJ Watt, and 5.5 for Alex Highsmith. Really, dude? Interceptions, 3 for Patrick Queen. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. And the Niners beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl in the Battle of California here. Tyler Stevens, who is that, wins the Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott wins the league MVP. Sure, dude, that will never happen. And there are no awards here for the Steelers. Unfortunate, no Rookie of the Year for Mark Hanks. And of course, Andy Dalton retires, Cam Hayward retires, and Cordero Patterson all retire. For the team upgrade to Hanks, comes with Star Dev. That's fine, I guess. Of course, you would want it to be better, but that's as good as it's going to get. Defensively, any upgrades? None that I can really see here. We've just really regressed as a team. I was really hoping that this defensive back still would get star development, but I'm going to change into a 3-4 because, as I said before, 4-3 because 3-4 is absolutely blow in this game. But this is always the playbooks that I run, and they always turn out to be good. 3-4s are just terrible in Madden. Now, this is what we got going on for the defense. The fact that Cam Hayward just retired really sucks. We need a secondary defensive tackle. We're going to lose Cole Holcomb. I still need a defensive back, really not bad at the position. There's a lot of depth, but other than Joey Porter and Minka, our secondary is kind of lacking here. We're about to lose Deshaun Elliott as well, so we're going to have to work that out. Offensively, though, I do think we're doing pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about that. Just need my QB to develop. For the players ready to negotiate, I'll accept the option for Broderick Jones. Cole Holcomb wants to be here. I'll do a 1-year contract, and he's going to say no to that, so that's fine with me. He can walk. All these other extras, just not interested in. I have $69 million to spend. Nice. Let's move into free agency. After free agency, we had a big free agency. Charvarius Ward signs with us. Kendall Fuller signs with us. Quincy Williams as an outside linebacker for 1 year. here. Christian Benford on a long-term contract. He's young. He only has normal development, but he is an 82 overall. Then I got a new kicker and punter because our kicker and punter is at least 34 years old. Yeah, Chris Boswell is 35. That's not going to work out for me. I'm going to cut Chris Boswell because I got my new kicker and punter. And Cameron Johnston is 34 years old. He's a 70 overall. He's only going to regress. I don't care if I take that cap penalty. I have a new kicker and punter. Don't need those guys in my roster if I don't really want them. Jake Camarda and Riley Patterson are younger and will be better. And now we have pick number 4 in the draft. I don't really like what I see here. Maybe I reach on this defensive tackle, but is it really worth it? Jimmy Hilton, 312, 6'2", run stopper. Athletically seems very good. Awareness isn't very good, but honestly, you know what? Whatever. Jimmy Hilton, I'll reach here at pick number 4. B pick and hidden development, 91 strength, 86 acceleration, A's and B's across the board. Looks pretty solid. In round number 2, getting Cody Hampton. He is ranked 12 in the draft. We got him at pick 36. Hidden development, 93 strength as a rookie is great. A's and B's across the board. We have a very young offensive line. And once again, I'm looking at corner here. Mike Spellman, round 1st to 2nd rounder. I'm in the 4th round. A-man coverage. He's 6'5", 200 pounds. A-man coverage, A press. That's all I needed to see. Probably going to be normal development, B- pick, ranked 36 in the class, took him at 100, normal development. Thank you, EA. And I just realized I forgot to draft a strong safety, but either way, our defensive tackle and left guard look pretty good. I picked a bust in the 3rd round, but the DB was a 73 overall, but of course, normal development. Year number 3, hopefully EA doesn't screw us. Davante Adams has gotten down to an 88 overall, which sucks. Again, very young offensive line here, just very young offense in general, other than Davante. Either way, our secondary looks a lot better now. Hopefully the 4-3 defense fixes. Either way, I do need a 3rd string defensive tackle. Hilton's my number 2. Depth at defensive tackle does really matter for Madden simulation. And again, Davante Adams will be going at the number 1. But let me get that defensive tackle real quick. Sure, going to sign Roy Lopez here to a 1-year deal just as depth. And Geno Smith, he has a mentor tag, but Derek Carr also has a mentor tag here. But it's cheaper to get Jacoby Brissett because he's a lower overall. So Jacoby Brissett will be the mentor. Okay, so now we got Jacoby Brissett as the number 2, Davante Adams as the number 1. Defensively, we got Lopez as the 3. Specialist-wise, Harris is there. Roman Wilson, I want playing in the slot. Hilton is going to be there. Peyton Wilson is going to move to the number 2. Everything else seems pretty good. Benford is in the slot. Really like everything we got, even though it's not as good as last year's defense. It's still something, well, a lot better, especially in the secondary department. And offensively, Hanks just needs to develop. And apart from that, let's see if we can do it in year number 3. Well. Look who is right about the 4-3 defensive playbook. We are 6-1 as we are probably top of the division here. If I can scroll, yes, we have the 1 seed in the conference as well, above the Chiefs and the Bengals and the Bills and the Texans, of course. That's what the 1 seed means. But of course, we have the scouting national focus. What do I even need at this point? Depth defensive tackle. I always need that, so I'll take that. Let's do, yeah, sure, just depth defensive tackle. And for the players ready to negotiate, Joey Porter wants a bag. I'll give him a bag. Only $13 million a year for a superstar young defensive back. I'll take that any day. Never mind about the bag. Minkah Fitzpatrick, even though he's about to turn 30, I don't care. I want him for the rest of the rebuild. He resigns on that. Patrick Queen, he's 27, about to be 28. I don't care. I want him for the rest of the rebuild. He resigns on that. Glad everyone's taking these contracts. And then Keanu Benton. This is why I was thinking Benton, not Benford. My bad. I'm stupid. Either way, he wants about $15 million for only being an 82 overall, but I'll definitely sign this regardless. And he's on the fence about it. Never mind. All right. Davante Adams doesn't want to be here. He wants to be in California. Dude, the entire purpose of us trading you was because you didn't want to be in Vegas anymore. But we'll figure that out and probably franchise tag him at the end of the year whenever he's cheaper. And then Quincy Williams, I wouldn't mind for another year, but I'm going to wait for him to regress. Everyone else here, I'm not going to re-sign. Troy Fatanu, I'll probably just accept that option. But for now, let's finally make the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, going 12-5 here to face the 11-6 Miami Dolphins. We are better than them in every way, but we don't have the number 1 in the conference. We fought a number 3 in the conference as the Chiefs and the Bills take it, which is unfortunate. But for the stats and awards, let's see what we have. Mark Hanks is a baller now, a lot better. Passing touchdowns not the best, but still 7th best offense, best defense in the NFL. That's what I've been expecting, and that's the difference between a 3-4 and a 4-3 defense in Madden. Mark Hanks here with 4,200 yards, 29 touchdowns, 14 receptions. Still a lot, but a lot better. 103 pass rating. I think in the previous season he actually had 13 receptions, but his yards went up, his touchdowns went up, his pass rating went up. That's what matters. Najee Harris, 1 fumble this year, but 13 touchdowns, 4.8 per carry, 1,200 yards. And also, who had 9 rushing touchdowns? Hanks? Really? Mark Hanks has 9 rushing touchdowns. For what? He only has 78 speed. That's actually crazy. 97 rushing attempts is remarkable. Roman Wilson, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, breakout year. Hopefully that's superstar development. Pat Freiermuth, 7 touchdowns, 900 yards. Davante Adams, 9 touchdowns, but almost 900 yards. George Pickens, $20 million a year for 5 touchdowns, 800 yards. Come on, man. Patrick Queen, 111 tackles for a loss, 12 for Alex Highsmith, 10 for TJ Watt, 10 for Keanu Benton. Sacks, 29 for Highsmith, 19 for TJ Watt. These should probably be flipped, but hey, it's much better in this scheme than it was in the 3-4 scheme. Yeah, Alex Highsmith should immediately jump to X Factor, but realistically, EA is only going to give him star development, and then TJ Watt, another amazing year. But also, did this break the record? 29.5 sacks for Alex Highsmith, 3 interceptions for Joey Porter. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Most sacks in a season, Alex Highsmith just broke the record. 29.5. Of course, EA is too lazy to put the other half there, but hey, Alex Highsmith, ballin'. He's immediately going to jump to X Factor. Even if EA only gives him superstar development, he deserves the X Factor. Can we beat the Dolphins to move on to the divisional round? We're better than them in every way, and we still lose to them. EA Sports, my favorite. And ooh, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. Even though Alex Highsmith probably should have won the league MVP. Oh my gosh. EA Sports, I'm so excited for another Dallas Cowboys overpowered playbook and Dak Prescott, who is the highest paid NFL player in history, to be dominating the league in Madden. Oh my gosh, what a great thing to have in the game. In the AFC North, Davante Adams is tired of this shit. He retires. I can't do anything about that. But the rebuild will not end. I will continue it. So with that being said, I need a new receiver. Roman Wilson doesn't get superstar development. That sucks, but Pat Freiermuth does, so that's nice to see. Hanks doesn't go up in development, which sucks as well. Hampton is an 82 overall, 87 overall team here. Hilton is a superstar X Factor baller pick, and I was shrugging my shoulders about the pick too. I was like, that's all right. And then Alex Highsmith just broke the record for the most sacks in NFL history. I'm giving him superstar X Factor. I don't know why this is even a debate. He should have won the league MVP, but of course EA isn't going to do that for the players. But either way, he will be promoted to superstar X Factor. And for the rest of the team, we look exactly the same. Golston is a star dev. I guess we'll just keep him that way. Peyton Wilson is finally being utilized. And yeah, I just need the AI to stop screwing me. And for the players ready to negotiate, Troy Fautanu, I will re-sign. We'll actually accept his 5th-year option. Then Keanu Benton, sure, I'll just do player-friendly for him. $20 million a year is hefty, but still, he resigns. I have the money to do it. Darnell Washington, I don't mind as a second-string tight end, but I'm not going to pay a second-string tight end $6 million a year. Quincy Williams only goes down 1 overall, so I'll gladly give him this contract. He resigns for the 4th and final season, potentially the 5th season as well. Jacoby Brissett still has that mentor tag, so I'm just going to give him a 1-year contract, and he resigns with the team. Fred Warner is in free agency. This is too nasty to pass up. He doesn't want to be here at all, and we're not going to get him, so I'm just going to withdraw my offer. So I had to settle for the great value version of Fred Warner. We have Shaq Thompson. No diss to him. He's just not Fred Warner, of course, but that's all I could get for value, and now I'm going to go trade for an elite wide receiver. Wow, I can't trade a first-round pick for 30-year-old A.J. Brown. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't even care. Nobody's willing to trade an elite receiver for a reasonable, realistic price, so I trade a 1st, 2nd, and a 3rd for superstar X Factor Jaden Reed. No, it seems super unrealistic. This is the final year. I need to make a splash. I need a receiver. I don't even care about the draft. Let's just move into the next season. And this is the team after the offseason. Jaden Reed is going to be the number 1. George Pickens is the number 2. Roman Wilson back in the slot. Everything looks great. 89 overall team. The team is performing. Najee Harris is regressing. He's down to an 83 without the morale boost. Dang, he's already 29. Unfortunate. Defensively, though, we're looking pretty good. Hilton, and we're going to move to the number 1. Everything else looks pretty good here as well. We have a lot of depth here at defensive back, not what we started with. Shaq Thompson, depth at middle linebacker, specialist-wise. We're going to move Roman Wilson in the slot. Everything else looks pretty good here. 3 X factors for the specialist. You'll love to see it. 89 overall team. We better make the playoffs and win a playoff game finally, but let's move into the playoffs. You know what? Madden's realistic. We're 9-8. EA Sports. 8 seed, missed the playoffs, dude. This is why I don't play this game. Like, come on. Oh, why do you barely upload, Vic? This is the reason. Mark Hanks looked good. 3rd defense. Defense sucks. Oh, 18th defense. Wow. Wow. Great decision, EA. I only improved my defense. Mark Hanks, 3,700 yards, 36 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 108 pass rating. Amazing year. And EA doesn't care. 1 fumble, 12 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, almost 1,100 yards. Roman Wilson, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jaden Reed, the guy that I traded 3 big picks for, 5 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. George Pickens, almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Pat Freiermuth, 8 touchdowns, 880 yards. Patrick Queen, 96 tackles. Tackles for a loss, 11 for Alex Highsmith, 10 for TJ Watt, 9 for Jimmy Hilton. And then sacks, 24 for Highsmith, 19.5 for TJ Watt. Both amazing years. And then total of 4 interceptions throughout my entire defense. And then safeties on the team, 1 for TJ Watt. Defensive touchdowns is 0. I'm going to play another season. That's total BS that we didn't make the playoffs. EA Sports for you. So I'm going to try and speed through this as fast as I can. The Ravens win the Super Bowl over Caleb Williams and the Bears. Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins another league MVP. Alex Highsmith, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years. And then Taj Hewitt wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. In the AFC North, Ronnie Stanley retires with a Super Bowl win. For the team upgrades, Hanks goes to Superstar Development. You love to see it. Pat Freiermuth goes to Superstar X Factor. Defensively, anything else here? Hilton is up to an 86 overall. Any other actual upgrades, though? No. And for the re-signings, Mark Hanks, I'll accept the option. Probably not going to play another season. Don't care. Alex Highsmith will do a 3-year contract for you. $25 million a year. Honestly, a lot lower than what it should have been, but he stays. Zach Frazier, absolutely 4-year contract, $10 million a year. He stays. Roman Wilson, absolutely 5-year contract, $13 million a year. He does not want to stay, but we'll see how he hits free agency. Charvarius Ward will do a 2-year player-friendly contract. He stays with the team. Broderick Jones, I got to pay him a bag. 4-year contract, player-friendly deal. He stays. $32 million left. Peyton Wilson, how much does he want? He wants not too much, but he's already 28. Dang, he's old for a rookie. He resigns on the team for another season. Then all these other extras don't really want. Shaq Thompson, no. Jacoby Brissett, yes, for another season just as a mentor. And then do I tag Roman Wilson? Is it worth it for $50 million for an 84 overall? Seems outrageous to me. Absolutely outrageous, but he did have a really good season with us. Honestly, I'm not. Do I do that? I mean, I'm going to have to pay someone just as much if they're an elite wide receiver, and there might not be any other good wide receiver. You know what? Screw it. Sure. $50 million for Roman Wilson for 1 season. Don't have any money left. Let's just skip into the draft. We have pick number 18, 1 pick before the playoffs, unfortunately. And I really don't need anything. I don't want a power rusher linebacker. I want a coverage linebacker. And yeah, again, I just don't need anything. So it's time to reach on a running back that I probably don't need. Earl Bankston, 5'9", 204 out of Louisville. Not good in general, but I'll probably reach on someone. What about this guy, Nick Logan out of Virginia, 5'11", F-ball carrier vision. Already seems like a no to me. And yeah, this draft seems total buns. So I'm probably going to reach on this linebacker, Frank Woodson here, 6'1", 240 out of Washington State. Solid, solid, solid. Sure, reach. A hit power, good enough for me. Welcome to Pittsburgh. He was actually ranked at 22, picked him at 18. Normal development, thank you. And then the halfbacks are both here. Nick Logan seems like the better one, so sure, we'll choose Nick Logan, even though he has the F-ball carrier vision. B-plus pick, normal development, thank you. My gosh, Kirk Brackett, 6'2", almost 400 pounds, A tackle, elite acceleration, how? But poor speed, that doesn't make any sense. Great agility at almost 400 pounds, elite strength, A hit power, B finesse moves, well, B power moves, B block shedding, B play rec, F finesse moves, but great agility somehow. He's a B- pick. True value was at 27. We took him at 82. Hidden development, 94 strength. That's actually crazy. All right, we had an absolute disaster of a draft, and of course, the AI cut my mentor QB. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you, EA. Jaden Reed, sure, let's just leave you at the 2. Give Pickens the 1 for this season. Everything else seems fine. 90 overall team. If I miss the playoffs, I'm going to be mad. Brackett's a 74. Woodson is a 74 overall, but of course, no development from him. Everything else seems fine with me, specialist-wise. Wilson is going to go back in the slot. Harris, let's give you all the reps. Sure, Milton actually can have that. Then Hilton can move up here. Hilton and Milton on the job, baby. I better not get screwed out of the playoffs again. Let's move into the 5th and final year. If we get screwed out of it back-to-back years, I'm not changing it. And here we are in the playoffs going 13-4 top the division. Why couldn't we do that last year, as we are #1 in the conference? Stats and awards, Mark Hanks, 22nd, really fall off from last year, but 25th offense, 8th defense. I don't know how this works, but sure, 3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns, 11 receptions. I don't really know how this guy was a great QB last year and then fell off, and now we're 13-4, but sure, seems like a Steelers season. 18 touchdowns, no fumbles, 4.4 per carry, almost 1,100 yards for Najee. Roman Wilson, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, still won't get a development upgrade. George Pickens, like, dude, this is not George Pickens. You're a 92 overall, and you're giving me 3 touchdowns for 800 yards. Come on. And also, Jaden Reed, don't think I missed you. 5 touchdowns, 630 yards after giving that much value for you. Come on, dude. Patrick Queen, 104 tackles for a loss, 19 for Keanu Benton, 13 for TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. And then TJ Watt, 18.5 sacks, 1-upping Alex Highsmith's 18 sacks, 6 for Keanu Benton, 3 interceptions for Benford and Ward, and then safeties on the team is 0 defensive touchdowns, is 1 for Joey Porter. In the divisional round, we are here to face the Houston Texans, who we lost in Week 18 to 31-8, but it didn't matter, so we still have the 1 seed. Regardless, can we beat them in the divisional round? We do. Here to face the 12-5 Jacksonville Jaguars in the conference championship to potentially go to the Super Bowl. Here we are versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to open up with 7. We're going to respond with 3. They're going to punt. We're going to punt. And then they're going to, I guess, put 3 on the board there. 3-10. Offense needs to wake up. 10-10 here. Defense is doing well. 17-10 at halftime. We open up half with another touchdown. You love to see it. Defense still holding strong, as of course I say that. They let up a touchdown. 27-17. And that should do it there. It will do it. 27-17 as your Steelers will go back to the Super Bowl. And here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face the 11-6 Green Bay Packers, Jaden Reed's former team, to see if we can get a Super Bowl ring. Najee Harris finally gets superstar development. That's nice to see for the upgrades. 92 overall team-wise. Hilton not the #1 here. Got everything else the way I like it. No other upgrades for the team. Team still seems amazing here. Let's see if we can beat the Packers for the 5th and final year in this rebuild, to see if we can get the Steelers their 7th Super Bowl ring, but without Davante Adams here. Unfortunately, he retired a little bit too early. Here we are versus the Packers. They're going to open up with 7, then 14. Wow, defense did not hold strong in there. 17-14, 7-21. Defense is not doing much of helping here, but offense is 21-21 at halftime. High scoring game, 28-21. Defense finally locking in here, 38-21. Offense locked in too, after being one of the worst offenses in the NFL. And your Pittsburgh Steelers will win their 7th Super Bowl in NFL history, surpassing the Patriots, no longer being a tie, and the Patriots probably won't win a Super Bowl for a long time. But we do win one here. Davante Adams, you retired a little bit too early, 2 years too early, but hey, that will do it for this rebuild. Your Super Bowl MVP is quarterback Mark Hanks here, as of course we do win the Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin wins Coach of the Year. That's the first time in a long time for him, and there are no other awards here for the Steelers, but this was a successful rebuild. Did take us an extra year because that BS 4th year, but I'm glad we did it regardless. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.